The struggle is real trying to create my online courses. It goes on and on and on. So I deleted one of my slides that I spent so much time on, and I felt like I was just reading from my notes as if it was in a book. So basically, I have bullet points and I am talking in there, but it seems like I'm reading more of what I wrote because a lot of it was science based, backed science based stuff. And it's hard for me to remember those things, even though I know that it works and I know some of the things, but for me to remember everything. So I ended up just kind of reading from all my notes in a paragraph style. I wrote them in paragraph style notes. So you could put those in your presentation on the side. And I thought it sounded a little too much like I was actually reading from somewhere else, even though I've experienced it and these are all from my experiences. So I ended up deleting the slide and I just took out it. And then I ended up taking it out completely. I took out the slide. So I just don't know enough about it to sit there and talk about it on my own, even though I know the benefits from it. I mean, I guess I could try something. I just don't know. Like, I never did a presentation. Well, I've done it at school, but I've always froze up when I did presentations. And yes, I'm ready for nighttime and I have my hair in braids because if I don't put them in braids, my hair will tangle up so bad. I didn't have my hair in braids for about 4 or 5 days. And sure enough, my hair was wadded up because I don't wash my hair every day. And I do sleep with the silk or a satin pillowcase, but it was so knotted up. So, that's why I have my little braids in and it's a little messy right now. So, yes, I just had a day and it just continued because I felt like I shouldn't be doing these courses once again. I was feeling that way again. And I do know that I have these pep talks and I say that you have to encourage yourself because you really do. I mean, it happens to me quite often where I feel like I'm not worthy of doing a course and my information that I have to put out there is just, it feels all over the place. So I try to stay structured in my course and my presentations. I mean, but all I can do is just put it out there. I did watch someone on YouTube. She's a big coach, a bigger coach, and she said that you spend too much time working on your stuff. Don't mean that you can't, make it informative, put transformation tips on there for whoever takes your course, but you never get it out there. So you want more, you tweak it more, you add in more, you take out. And that's what I was doing. And I'd redo my slides, redo, and this isn't good enough. And I don't know, I should have just put it out there. And at the end, I'm asking for feedback anyway. What do you think that I'm doing or not doing? What do you think that I could improve on? And that's something that I'm going to put in my course. So it is just, it's ongoing. If you second guess yourself, then you're going to keep redoing it, which I am doing. And I'm not getting, well, I'm getting further. I don't really have a timeline I have to do it, but I just want to get it out there. I just want to help people, help women is what I'm mainly focusing on my other channel on 40 and older. And I mentioned that under 40 and under can uh, benefit from this as well because you still have to go through things. You're still going towards the things that I talk about, which is perimenopause and things like that. So I just try to be there because we don't have a lot of support systems. I know where I got my information was from doctors on YouTube that ventured off and are helping other women. They have a platform. They have a couple of platforms that they put their stuff out there and they help women. That's how I first found out about hormone replacement therapy because I didn't know anything. I only knew that we were supposed to just go through this change of life and I had no idea what was coming. And so I try to put myself out there for women and be someone that is going through it and has the knowledge. At least I'm not a doctor or I'm not an expert, but I'm learning as I go. So it is very frustrating when I work on these things and I don't feel like I'm good enough and I just delete it and I have to redo it or I don't at all. And what happens is I forget half the things I was saying anyway because I'm redoing it and redoing it. Couldn't remember if I'm saying the same thing or not, if I'm repeating myself. So it's a vicious cycle. So I I'm gonna have to figure out something where I'm not just wanting to be perfect. And I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm never gonna be perfect, but I mean just getting it to a point where I just really get it to a point where I'm critiquing myself, if that's the right word, and I'm my own worst critic, and then I just don't go through with the slide. And so now it's a slide less than what it was before. And I at least wanted to have 6 on each lesson, which is lesson 1 and 2. And I think I only have 5. I might have 6 on the other one, but I only have 5 on lesson 1. So I'll think about it. I still have a little some time. Well, I have whatever time I want to put my course out. But I wanted to have it out before the end of the year. So I mean, if I don't, I don't. And it's just learning, and it sounds easier said than done. It's really not. And it's still learning to upload. I still have to learn to upload it in Kajabi, which is my storefront. And I started messing with it, but I'm not even complete with my slides. So I don't know. It's going to be a pretty short course, and it's just something to get it started, hopefully to help other women, and hopefully it will take off and people will respond. I don't know. I heard that the lessons could just sit there, and you do have to promote it. You have to talk about it all the time, promoting it as in, oh my god, I've had like 2 flies in here, and 2 fruit flies. I don't know. They're like this time of year, they flies come out really bad. I did make a video driving today, but you couldn't hear it. My car is not connecting with my Bluetooth for the microphone, and so you couldn't even hear it. It was totally just no sound, so I couldn't even get it to I didn't want to do a voiceover, and then I don't even know what I was saying because I missed 3 exits as I was driving, and I went to In-N-Out Burger because as I was coming back, I got turned around, and then I really didn't know where I was going, and I ended up in In-N-Out Burger parking lot. So said, "Why not?" And I've been eating pretty healthy, so I don't know if In-N-Out Burger is one of the worst that you could have. I mean, there's of course other places that are far more worse than that. So that is my second day, I guess. And I don't want to do too many of those because I am making it a point to eat really healthy. So just I'm here to say encourage yourself, be positive, or try to. We all have our days. And trust me, I was having a day for sure. I did put out another video on my other channel today. And I was moving around and doing stuff. I don't know what I was doing. I just somehow was showing my arm, and my other, I have a sweater and it's white, and I had some mustard or something on there. I know I ate a In-N-Out burger. Then earlier I had pork green chili. So I don't know what it was. It was one of the two, but I said, oh my God, forget it. And I put a pinned comment that, about it, and try to make it a funny light of it, and said, I'm not redoing this video. I mean, I did so many things over today. I don't want to do another video. So I just showed up, and I am so far from perfect, like I said. I mean, I just like, this is life, I guess. This is mine anyway. And the more I try to be perfect, the more I try to leave things out of my video and be just on point, I get worse. It gets worse, and I stumble, and I start saying things I'm not supposed to, or just like words like, yes, everything, and then I start stumbling and it gets worse. It's just a vicious cycle the more I try to perfect my videos. And I know that you have to with your editing and with other things, but man, it's just don't be so hard on yourself, which I am should be preaching to myself because I'm very hard on myself. I am so hard on myself. And then I got mad at my dog because he's just been ornery. Anything from grabbing plastic, I don't know where he found it, and eating it. And I had to coax it out, tried to give him something else because, obviously that's dangerous. And on to just barking at everything and anything, just nonstop. And he is a little menace if he's bored. But he has a Chewini, my other dog, who wants to play with him constantly, and he won't play with her. He hardly plays with her. He's by my side, wants attention from me, and I just can't give it to him 24/7. My knee's hurting. I'm trying to build it back up, and I don't get it. He just barely plays with her. So it is a little frustrating at times. Like right now, he's sleeping on my feet, basically. And so I don't know. It sounds like my husband thinks it's so cute that he loves me, but It's not that I love my dog. Trust me, I love my dog to no end. If you're a pet mom or a pet dad, a pet mom, pet dad, whatever you want to say, you know what I mean. You know how the love is for them, but you need breaks just like a 2-year old or 3-year old kid. You need a break from them every now and then. It's just so much. He wants to constantly have me right there. He'll start doing that little like at me if I'm not paying attention to him. It's just constant. And I don't have a little place where I can go do my videos. If I'm up in my room, it's not where it should be. We're redoing everything. We repainted this room, which is the living room, the dining room. We're doing the kitchen next, and then the room probably last. And it's just not somewhere I can go and record. It doesn't look good, and we need to get it together and redo it. And plus, the dogs will be growling and trying to scratch the door. So I just need to have a place where I can record far away, like a mom cave, a detachment from the house. I don't know. Or I'm always worried about if somebody's coming down the stairs. I could always edit it out, but still, I've had a day today, and it's one of those days where I was feeling really down and discouraged again and thinking that my course is going to be horrible. But I know that it'll shine through. I'm hoping this is what I hear, that you're helping people, and whatever your niche is that you're helping people with, will come through if this is what you've been through and you understand it. So, yes, I am just having to give myself a break and try to be positive because I did have quite many moments today. On top of my knee was hurting a little bit more than yesterday for some reason. Maybe because I worked it. I did some mobility exercises yesterday and some strength training. I did some planks, and those are hard. Guess what? On each side, I only did 3, and I'm about about collapsed on the floor. And when you're using your own body weight, it is hard. It is hard. So I'm going to start doing those and build this knee back up. But today was a little rough, so I was feeling sorry for myself again. I'll admit. And I got to snap out of it. I know that I stutter. I know that I get stuck, but I'm trying, and I'm trying not to let that stop me from making videos because it does get in the way sometimes. I get very self-conscious of it. And I just want to encourage you, if you're going through that, just do your videos. I mean, nobody's perfect. If you are, then I know I've heard a lot of people that sound pretty close to perfect. I know they do a lot of editing, but I don't know. Maybe they have a lot of things that they have to struggle with, and they just edit everything out. But yes, I do have this with my speech. So I made 3 videos today, and then I just don't remember what I talked about and what I had to say. But I just want to tell you to stay encouraged. That's all I have to say right about now. And I do have to work in the morning. So I'm hoping my leg holds up. Until next time, I hope you have a great rest of your night.